Okay, in this video we're going to take a look at the CZ27. Now this was a gun a friend of mine that's a collector loaned to me to make a video on. This is not mine, so in the future if you find this video and you have questions, I will not have this particular item to answer them. So bear that in mind if you see this a few months from now. It came in his holster. He said he got it, however he purchased it. The individual he brought from he said his father brought it home from the war. It's a pretty basic holster. The only marking on the holster itself is there is an eagle of some sort stamped into the leather there. Has the spare magazine in it and the pistol itself. Now, we'll go and clear the gun. Make sure there's nothing in it. And this gun does not have a slide release or a hold open. When the last round is fired, the slide catches on the magazine, but if you pull this down, I believe, pull down the mag, the slide goes forward. There is no slide release or anything on the gun. So it's a 32 caliber, has an 8-shot magazine with our standard European heel style mag release here. Plastic one-piece grips. And we'll hold that up so you can see the marking. This one here is, I think it's FNH pistol model 27 caliber 7.65, which denotes the 32 automatic. I believe, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this is a late war gun. I've seen several other videos of these pistols and the finish is better and the markings are a little bit different on them. Also, this one here, I'll try to zoom in, is I believe there is a German acceptance mark down here on the trigger guard, if this thing will focus. And there is another one up here, not focusing in it. There. There's another one here right next to the serial number. And also I've seen other examples that would have the company name that is absent on this. There are some machining marks visible with the bluing, which isn't that thick or heavy. And I believe the lower frame is a phosphate or parkerized finish on there. When I had this apart and looked at it, it's parkerized. So, interesting gun. Oh, and on the chamber here, there is another little, I guess, German acceptance mark. So this was probably made late war, was made under German occupation. And actually the gun's not in terrible shape. I've seen better examples. Now this pistol was produced, I think, from 1927, that's how it gets the model name, until sometime in the 50s. So even after the war they made it a little longer before they changed it. It was the standard, I guess, military arm of the Czech Republic. It was exported to like 28 different countries. Like I was saying before the interruption, it was exported to 28 different countries. So these pistols will be found all over the world. South America, Poland, South Africa, I think they listed all kinds of different places. And plus the Germans use them. So, the sights are your basic, the front sight is part of the slide, and the rear sight is dovetailed in and adjustable for windage. Very basic, very simple sight. You know, doesn't have much in terms of the grab to cock this. These older guns, you know, were like that. Also, this gun has a mag safety. The gun will not fire if the magazine is out of the pistol. So you'd have to place the mag in, and then it will fire. So that's another safety, mag safety. And as for the outside, there are no other levers or anything other than the safety here. This is the manual safety. And there's two pieces. There's the lever and a little button, which is on a flat spring. So when you push this down, okay, you have to excuse me with my hand. I don't want to fumble too much. So you got a magazine in. So the magazine safety is off. So you push this lever down, and the gun is on a manual safe. You would pull it out of the holster, and you depress the little round button underneath, and then that snaps up under spring pressure, and the gun will then fire. So there's two safeties on it, magazine safety and the manual safety, which is kind of, yeah, it won't go down when it's not cocked. Also, as you can see, this hammer is pretty much protected by the slide. Very little of it protrudes. So it is kind of, you can still do it, but it is kind of difficult to get the knurling on the end of that hammer and come back. And then see, we'll do the safety again. Down on safe, and press the little button, and it snaps up. So that's about it for the controls. As for field stripping it, I'm not going to attempt that. There are several other videos out there that show you how to do it. Basically, you clear the weapon, and then from this side, depress on this after pushing this lever down. And then once that comes out, the slide will come off, and then there's a piece in there that locks in the springs. For me to do that with my hand, it's difficult and problematic, so I'm not going to do that. But if you want to find out how to field strip it, put it in a search box on YouTube. There's a couple people who have a specific video where they just take the gun apart. So all in all, it's a nice pistol. It's fairly full size, steel, it's heavy. You know, the sights are the old simple sights on there, so it's no high visibility dot sights or nothing. And in the .32 caliber, this would be a very easy pistol to control and fire. Okay. These guns were used mainly by police and security forces, not so much a front line gun. I believe the Germans, probably their garrison troops and any security or police forces were issued this pistol. But still, interesting little gun. And you know, back in the heydays of the 50s and 60s, you know, this probably was a ton of them out there in Shotgun News and then on the surplus market. It's an older mill surplus gun that was available for a period of time after the war. And I have seen them a few times. I've never fired one. I'm going to get out to the range here in a couple days, and we're going to shoot this gun and see how it handles, just for, you know, the hell of it. But other than that, that's about all I know on this pistol. Again, it's a simple mechanism, rugged, I guess, reliable. I kind of looked at the internal mechanism in there. It's not very complicated. So the simpler something is, the less there is for something to go wrong. So I hope you enjoyed that little view of our Czechoslovakian, actually model 27 pistol.